Ronna Lee Linsenman. I'm District 13 Chairman. And, you know, that was a very heartfelt apology. And it does make me feel like kind of a mean old tough love mama to get up here now and to continue on with my resolution. But, you know, I have contemplated this for a while, and I just really do think many of us have suffered unfortunate circumstances in our lives, and we have gotten through them, and we have become a better person because of it. I would ask you, if you are not a precinct person, if you would pass a copy of the resolution to a precinct person and then maybe just read over their shoulder so they would be able to read this. So, I move the adoption of the following resolution. Whereas the actions of Chairman John McGee have been detrimental to the Canyon County Central Committee, and whereas, because of these drunken actions are unbecoming to his position, to the Republican Party, and to our Central Committee, and whereas the Idaho Republican Platform, Article 20, Integrity in Government states, we, as the Idaho Republicans, expect all individuals in government to conduct themselves within the highest and strictest standards of personal conduct, and whereas the Idaho Republican Platform, Article 21, Citizen Involvement in Government states, our party seeks to heighten the level of discourse by encouraging all office holders, candidates, and citizens to be civil, dignified, honest, and forthright in their discussions, actions, and statements. So whereas Robert's Rules of Order states, page 644, since a society has the right to prescribe and enforce its standards, it has the right to investigate the character of its members as may be necessary to this enforcement. And whereas Robert's Rules of Order further states, page 646, a committee whose members are selected for known integrity and good judgment should conduct a confidential investigation to determine further action. Therefore, be it resolved that the Canyon County Central Committee will seat an investigative committee of 5 to 7 members with instructions to report back to the Central Committee at our next regular meeting in August with any medical records or other information relevant to this issue, and be it further resolved that the investigative committee will complete their charge when their information has been provided to the Central Committee members and a majority vote has been accomplished as to the retention or dismissal of the chairman of Canyon County, Mr. John McGee. Submitted by Ronna Lee Linsenman.
Thank you, Ronna Lee. I chaired the meeting, and I've also have my 2 previous chairmen of the Canyon County Central Committee that are here as well. And I'm the chairman of the committee, and I'm going to send this resolution to the executive committee, where we do resolutions, where we make recommendations on resolutions to the full body. And that is the appropriate way to handle a resolution. I've talked to both former Chairman McKenzie and former Chairman Lakey, who agreed with that idea. And so this resolution will be sent, and Ronna Lee has the ability to bring this up to the executive committee. We will then go at the executive committee meeting to whether or not we will bring that resolution to the full body.
Point of order. Where in our bylaws does it say that a motion has to go through the executive board first?
It's been the tradition, Ronna Lee, that that's how we do resolutions at the Canyon County Central Committee. I've now been the chairman for 3 years. Todd Lakey was the chairman for the 2 or 3 previous years, 4 previous years. And then Senator McKenzie was the chairman for at least the 2, if not the 4 previous years before that. It has been the tradition of the Canyon County Central Committee that, especially on something as serious as what you're proposing, Ronna Lee, that be a recommendation recommendation made by the executive committee, of which you are a member, and you will have the opportunity to debate that. And Representative Bowles, who also is pretty good with the rules of order, understands, and I think, as do my two former chairmen, that that's the decision of the chairman, and that's unappealable. That this resolution, you can bring this resolution to the executive committee, and we will hear that, and we will have a vote amongst the executive committee as to whether or not that gets sent to the central committee.
So, just for definition, we can no longer make a motion from the floor in this body without going through the executive board first.
My statement and my ruling as the chairman is that traditionally we have done that through the process of the executive board. And you as a member of the executive board have seen that countless times. And that's how I'm going to rule. Further discussion.
I just have a question. If all the whereases were omitted from this and it were not presented as a resolution, if the last two paragraphs were just presented as a motion, would that make a difference?
I would probably rule that motion, probably would rule it out of order.
Point of order.
May I say something?
No.
We know what your position is.
No, this is
And if you want to feed inflammatory headlines to the papers, you're doing a good job of it.
this is about
I may agree with that, but we need to keep this civil. And Ronald Lee, you need to be recognized. Ronald Lee, you need to be recognized by the chair. That's how we're going to do things. We're going to be recognized by the chair. The decision has been made to send this to the executive committee. So the chair will now entertain other new business.
Question?
Alan.
I'm curious, that's all. When you were discussing that, is there a difference between tradition and rules? I'm just...
The rules don't say one way or the other. The tradition has been, at least for the last 9 years, that's the proper process. You, as precinct chairs, have elected us in our executive positions to serve as your leadership team, to make recommendations back to you, to study resolutions so that we can make the proper recommendation. That's how we're going to proceed on this issue.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator McKenzie.
Like you, I have children at home, and I move that we adjourn the non-debatable motion.
The motion's been made and seconded that the committee adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes clearly have it, and the meeting is adjourned.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Tom Munn. I'm actually running for legislature this next year. I'm sure that I'll be among your favorites. I'm reminded about history and the Founding Fathers and about how they called on us about good behavior. If I were to have committed a crime or something like this before I would have gotten to the legislature, would you vote for me? No. But all of a sudden, now that somebody's in office, you don't mind extending their office. Is that right? Basically, today I'm looking for some accountability to find out if I'm in the right place. I want to call myself a Republican. Or if you guys are willing to just blow this under the rug. Does somebody help me out here? Rely on behavior. Do you wonder why we've been right now? Because we think it is the Founding Fathers talked about good behavior. I don't talk about the fact that they should be removed from office. If you read it, you'll understand. Criminal and civil actions should not even have been brought against this man. He should have been brought. He should have been had Our country goes to hell in a handbag, and you guys sweep this crap under the rug. I'm not talking. I'm embarrassed. You're the fourth? You have no business. You know what? I have good standing here. I'm a citizen. This is an outrage. I mean, I can't believe you people.